Hey guys, this is MJ with Rustic Maple Design. Today we're going to be using this template of our bunny rabbit. We're going to be cutting it out on some raw wood. So basically this is for a comment that was left to us by Dee. She asked us to show her how we cut out these cute little bunny rabbits. So first of all, safety. Make sure that your wood is clamped on tight to whatever you're using. Today, my son is sweet enough to do this for me because there's snow outside and I don't want to freeze my tush off. So he's doing it for me, which is very sweet. So make sure you have the clamps like he does. Make sure that you have eye gear, ear gear, all that jazz, and always safety first. Okay, so what he's doing is we're taking a scrap piece of wood. We've already drawn the two bunny rabbit outlines onto that scrap piece of wood. And that template is what I showed you before. It's just a thicker piece of paper that I drew a bunny rabbit on. Now he is using a Porter cable jigsaw. So as you're watching the video with me, you can kind of see how he's going smooth and steady. So smooth and steady is the key to using a jigsaw. Now, one thing about it too that I want to mention, these two particular rabbits that he's going to be cutting out, I'm going to make them look rustic, so you can kind of watch our future video on how I do that. But basically, I don't mind having some burn marks on the wood because I want that more rustic feel. So a way a burn mark happens is see how he's just kind of going slow and steady, slow and steady. Well, if you either go too slow, you can burn the wood, or if you turn too sharp, you can burn the wood. And what I mean by burning, you'll see at the end or on my next video as I'm distressing them and making them look rustic. It kind of puts a brown mark on the wood. Now see how he's just followed that line. Pretty simple. And see how he's gouging the wood? See that piece he just gouged out? He's gouging that so that he's able to place his jigsaw in a better position to cut wherever he needs to cut. So kind of watch this video over and over again if you've never used a jigsaw before. And you're really trying to find the directions that's best for you to cut the pieces you need. So it isn't something that you follow the bunny rabbit pattern from one point all the way around to the other point. You stop. You stop. Sometimes you got to move the wood around. Sometimes you got to move which direction you're going in, especially when it has more intricate cuts like this bunny rabbit. So kind of watch how he's doing that. And he's just gently going around, and then every once in a while he'll gouge the wood. He'll just cut off an extra piece so that he can get into a crevice better. So kind of watch him doing that. We're kind of fast forwarding his speed a little bit as he does it, but you're just following the lines. So again, smooth and steady. Smooth and steady is the way to go. So see as he's going around and he's just following that. Now see, he stopped, so he's not going to obviously follow those ears because it's too hard of a cut. Now here's an example, so kind of watch. He just cut off an extra piece because he wants to be able to get around the nose a little bit better. So watch as he goes back to that. So see, now he's going around the nose. He's cut that piece out of his way, but now he sees that that particular angle isn't good. So he's just going to move his wood around, place it back on with the clamps, back onto the horses, find a better way to grab that area or to get to that area, and then continue on. And that's pretty much how you do it. So you're just going slow and steady. And you're just following the lines. Now watch, here's another place where he's going to kind of make some room. See how he's in that more intricate area between the ears? Now watch. He's cutting an extra piece out. Why? Because he wants to be able to go in another direction. And get into that area. So now that area has got a little bit of space, so he can get his jigsaw blade into that corner better. So see, he just cut an extra piece out of there because he needs more room. And the jigsaw is great for that because it's very, it's great for twists and turns as long as you're just kind of slow with it. You don't have to be super fast. Now, if you look as he's cutting, if you want to, see up kind of where the ear meets the front of the face, you can see that little burn piece of wood. That's what I'm talking about. I like that, and I want that in mine. Now, if you don't want that, you need to be a little more consistent. Now, what he's doing, we have a miter saw, which you do not have to use. You can use the jigsaw the entire time. I asked him to do the miter saw on the bottom for me because we have one, and that way I want them to sit on their own, and so he did that for me as an extra step, but you do not have to. You can cut it with your jigsaw. Now when you're done, you have to sand it. So he used 80 grit, and then he used 110 grit, and that's pretty much it.